Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be going over all of the books that I've used with my daughter for 4th grade and now up to almost finishing 5th grade for the health, mental health, puberty, wellness category. If you're new to my channel, hi, my name's Nicole. I'm a homeschooling mom with 2 kids at home. I have a daughter who's 10 and in 5th grade, and my son is 4. All right, so I'm going to try and go over these books in the chronological order we read them. Some of them might be a little backwards, but I did my best. Okay, so the first one that I did is this Inspiring Stories for Kids. This is a book about 21 different kids and how they face their fears. So this is, I would say, is more geared towards 3rd and 4th grade. For example, one of the kids, he was afraid of flying. One of them was afraid to sing her song solo in choir. There's a lot of different situations like that, and my daughter really liked these. We would read these together as a read aloud and then just ask questions and talk about it and relate it to her life. So definitely recommend. So the next book that we did is It's Not the Stork. This is a pretty popular book. We did this in 4th grade, and they have several other books. It's Perfectly Normal and It's So Amazing, and we got It's Perfectly Normal, but we have not used it. This is very kid-friendly, about how they grow up. It's for ages 4 and up. So it's just a very simple cartoon introduction to life, health, I guess. Okay, so the next one that I got for my daughter was this period graphic novel. And the reason that I got it is because I feel like having her know what to expect and being able to understand the information is really important. This just essentially tells you what to do with your period, how to experience it, how other people experience it, what's normal, because a lot of times people may think they're weird for going through this. And reading this book, my daughter told me, she was like, oh my gosh, this person doesn't have her period very much either. Or, oh my gosh, this person uses this. And so these are really helpful. She has read this book so many times, guys, so many times. All right, guys, so what we started our 5th grade year with was this empathy workbook for kids. These are pretty popular. I'm sure you've seen them around. I think they have them for ADHD and several other important topics. So this book is, as it says, 50 activities to learn about kindness, compassion, and other people's feelings. I'm not really sure why we stopped doing this. I felt like it was starting to become more busy work, and I needed to really focus on it with her. So I think I will be bringing this back either this year or maybe next year, because I did like it, but we just stopped. I don't know, maybe my daughter wasn't getting that much out of it. She didn't seem very enthused to do it, so I will revisit it, but I do like this. So another one that we did at the beginning of the 5th grade year was My Mixed Emotions. You guys, I love this book. It's DK, so you have to expect that it's great and colorful. It was such a great way to show my daughter and introduce different feelings and emotions, and that it was okay and normal. And you know, as a 4th and 5th grader, they know a lot of this stuff, but being told this in a very colorful, pleasing, presentable way, letting you know that it's okay to feel these feelings and why you're feeling them and what's happening in your body while you're feeling them, I think really helps them feel better and not feel so isolated. So I love this book. I bought it. I originally got it from the library, and I was like, I'm definitely keeping this, using this with my son. My daughter has read this a few times. She loves going back and doing that. So definitely worth a purchase. All right, so the next mental health item that we've used is Big Life Journal for Kids. I also have the podcast kit and the lesson plan, but you can certainly just use this journal. This is for, I believe, ages 7 to 10, and it just has different pages, and it'll explain a story, which you can either listen to in the podcast and do the exercises with it, or you can just read it, and then it has some pages that you'll do with it. And you have to have a learning buddy, and I'm her learning buddy. Or excuse me, journal buddy, and I'm her journal buddy. So it's just going through the lesson that you learned. There's inspirational quotes, there's coloring. We haven't gotten this far, as you can see, but it all is kind of set up the same with the story and activities after. I really like this, you guys. It's taken us a lot longer to get through than I thought it would, but it is definitely worth it. My daughter's still 10, so it's an appropriate age level. They also have one for tweens, 11 and up, that I will be getting when we do finish this. I'm not rushing it. The lessons are about 20 to 30 minutes if you do everything. I would highly recommend getting the lesson plan, getting the podcast kit to get those extra activities, but if not, this on its own is great. All right, so we also started 5th grade with The Care and Keeping of You. This is a great book. I never read the first one, but she loved this. You know, this is your introduction into armpits, moving, your changing brain, your body, how you're developing and growing. You know, this is very appropriate for, I feel like, the 5th grade level, and she really enjoyed this. All right, the next one we did was Dude, That's Rude, Get Some Manners. I don't know where I saw this, but this was just a funny way of telling kids how to behave by showing them through stories, funny anecdotes, and it's just, she liked it a lot. So I probably would have started her a little younger, maybe more 3rd or 4th grade, but she still got a lot out of this, and I'll be using this with my son. I would probably say about 3rd or 4th grade. All right, so then I got my daughter this used copy of This American Girl, A Smart Girl's Guide to Boys, Surviving Crushes, Staying True to Yourself, and Other Stuff. I have to say, out of all of these, this is probably my daughter's favorite. She is at the point where she's having crushes, where her friends are having crushes, where people are having crushes on her. She said this helped her so much understand it, understand how to navigate. This teaches you how, if you have a crush, understand the feelings and a whole lot more. So we didn't read this together because she wanted to read this on her own. She's still a little, squeamish about talking to mom or dad about crushes, but she's read this so many times. She brings this with her constantly, so definitely a great find. Another book by that same series, American Girl, is Knowing What to Say. This is a newer edition. I forgot to put this in my February update that we were using this. She loves this. She read this whole thing cover to cover in a day. She is shy. She does have a hard time being herself in front of people, and she said there's so many situations where she just doesn't know what to say, and she said this gave so much helpful information for her that she constantly references it back for that. And in that same token, I also got her this book, So Embarrassing, Awkward Moments and How to Get Through Them. She's already read this. This was a library book. She loved it because, they're at that age where everything is embarrassing. We're embarrassing them. Their friends are embarrassing them. So many things are embarrassing. They feel like they have toilet paper hanging out of their pants the whole time when they don't. She really liked this. Again, read this cover to cover in a day, and I asked her questions about it, and she said it just helped her feel better about constantly blushing and being embarrassed. And I should probably show you the inside. It's just a graphic novel. It has a lot of cool pictures. It goes over a lot of subjects. They pack a lot into this book, and it's got great graphics. So definitely recommend that. Then we have been working on Hey Girl, a mindful coming of age journal for girls. This has been a huge hit. We are almost done. She only has a few more pages left. This book is talking to her, and it has little stories sometimes. It has little pictures and things to fill in from time to time. It kind of varies on what there is, but she loves it. It also has, I think I've talked about this before, it has a page where you track your cycle. You write down if you're spotting, light, medium, heavy, acne, cramps, craving, fatigue, headache. And that's why there's 2 tabs there. She loves it. She goes through it. She references this all the time. Okay, so the next is Shy and Mighty, Your Shyness is a Superpower. This is a newer one that we got from the library. As I mentioned before, my daughter is very shy, and she has constantly told me that she feels like this holds her back from having better friendships, from having closer relationships. So we've been going through this, and this is such a great resource, you guys. It's DK, so the pictures are going to be good. It's big, it's colorful, it's inviting. Let's see. It talks about a lot of different subjects, and what I love about it is not trying to change her. It's not making her feel bad for being shy. It's telling her that it's normal and it's acceptable, and that she just needs to learn different techniques that will help her get out of her shell a little in a way that doesn't make her feel like it's wrong for her to be shy. And it also talks about how people have major varying degrees of shy, from little to a lot, and that shy can happen in some situation and not another. It's just been so great, guys. And the last one I want to talk about that we started at the beginning of 5th grade is Mindful Affirmations. I don't have it. My daughter has it in her room somewhere. I couldn't find it. This is so great. This literally has so many different affirmations. I've had my daughter write those affirmations for copy work, exercises. It's very similar to Hey Girl, where it'll talk to the student for a little bit. It'll have different affirmations. It'll have different bubble talk and different activities to do. So really great recommendation. I'm sure I've already put that picture somewhere here for you to see. And most of these I did get from Amazon. All right. I hope I didn't forget anything. I feel like I might have forgotten a book or two, but as you can tell, mental health and wellness, knowing your body, all of those things are so important for me to press upon my daughter, whether I'm teaching her or she's reading. I feel like in this day and age, and just the way that kids are getting into puberty so much sooner, and just all the things happening to their body, they need everything extra to let them know that it's okay and it's normal and to understand it. At least my generation, I feel like a lot of this stuff wasn't really talked about as much. So I've really wanted to make sure that my daughter knows what's happening, feels comfortable in her own skin, and knows that she's beautiful and wonderful just as she is. All right, guys, if you have any suggestions or recommendations for any books in the realm of what I was talking about, I would love to have those, any feedback. I will be incorporating a lot more mental health books into 6th grade, so be watching out for the curriculum picks, and I'll be going through all of that. All right, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.